Allah al-Wadud, Ya Allah as-Salam. In the name of God, the most, the most compassionate, the most merciful. In the name of God, the most all-loving. In the name of God, who is the source of peace. Today's talk is on power, petroleum, pi, cryptocurrency, peace, and prosperity. It's a long one, but it's all connected to the Middle East situation now. We invoke for the Divine Supreme Being's blessings, help, assistance, guidance for all the peacekeepers, for blessed are the peacekeepers, for blessed are the peacemakers who are going to be called the sons of God. Let us leave our religious differences, sectarian differences aside. At this moment, the whole world is suffering. Yes, the whole world. Of course, the suffering in Iran, the suffering in Israel is far greater, and the suffering of the US troops committed in the Gulf region is much higher, traumatic than any of us will ever experience. However, US power is a global power, and petroleum power derived from it, because petroleum is mainly traded in United States dollars. Therefore, the situation in the Persian Gulf, where majority or a significant portion of the world's oil and gas exports move from, have to move through that Strait of Hormuz, a narrow path. It is never narrow, it's navigable by 2.1 miles or 3 kilometers. Everyone is suffering the uncertainty, the high oil and gas prices, plus also when a lot of countries export to the Middle Eastern market, including for fruits, vegetables, livestock, chicken and whatnot, tea, and other things. It is a huge market because it serves the following countries: Iran with 90 million people, Saudi Arabia with over 30 million plus people, Iraq with over 30 million people, Yemen, UAE, Qatar, Oman, Bahrain, and the price of oil affects everything because everything needs to be transported. So it is a component of the cost of even the potatoes and the vegetables we eat. We say we produce our own, but it still comes in, and also the fertilizers come from that area because it's a byproduct of the petroleum industry. So all of us are suffering in this power struggle to project power. United States is almost 10,000 kilometers away from the scene. In reality, Iran is not a territorial threat to the United States. What the United States should do is to have ensure that these countries within this Middle Eastern region, including Israel and Palestine, have good relations with all the neighbors: Iran, Iraq, Israel, Palestine, Jordan, Syria, Turkey, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, UAE, Qatar, Oman. That we will be true American global power in the 21st century. A truly powerful nation is not a one which has brute force, but it has soft power to make the other power, to persuade the other countries or regions or the other party to do what it wants to do without resorting to force, is what is happening. Let us. Petroleum is the biggest issue, and hydrocarbons and LPG gas coming out. We need to open it up for everyone because all that resource is found in very few countries, and every country relies on it, especially the big industrial nations like China, Japan, India, South Korea. These might be to an extent due to the industrial base be able to sustain the pressure with the recession and whatnot. But for countries in the global south like Kenya, Tanzania, Gabon, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and the sub-Saharan Africa, Sahel Africa, where they do not have their own oil, in Latin America, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and the rest, the suffering is really bad. Plus, also the poor, we're going to call them the poor, but the other Asian economies like Vietnam and whatnot, they also suffer. Vietnam, Cambodia, and Indonesia. Let us and go into a comprehensive peace agreement underpinned by an economic union of these countries, whereby each of the member countries guarantee each and every countries or regions or areas security guarantee. It is mutually guaranteed in an atmosphere of mutual respect. Instead of spending billions of dollars on buying arms, aircraft, ammunition, they can use their dollars, their resources to improve their economies, industrialize their economies, even industrialize their agriculture. Even in the arid regions, semi-arid regions, Israel has techniques, especially in Kenya. They have done some good work in irrigating in arid and semi-arid areas. The technology they have brought, which they have learned how to grow crops in the desert and arid, semi-arid areas using irrigation and other techniques and other kind of crops. Let us work towards a comprehensive peace agreement underpinned by an economic union ensuring free movement of people, capital, both physical and financial, and goods and services across the whole region, from Turkey to Iran to Iraq to Israel to Palestine to Bahrain to Jordan to Syria to Lebanon. They can all work in a peaceful atmosphere of respect and self-respect. A cue can be taken from the Napoleonic Wars, how the European nations, after the war, they settled down and they became allies and they worked together, even after the First World War and after the Second World War. How Japan also became an ally and trading partner of the United States, and its production, industrial production, that energy which they used to produce industrial level of weapons and alternatives to produce industrial level of goods and services like the Toyota vehicle, Mitsubishi vehicles, the National Panasonic brands. It can be done. In Germany, they put the efforts towards making cars and autobahns, which originally were there also, but had been used to make industrial weapons, industrial machinery, like Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Porsche, Volkswagen. We know what Germany did, and it still got integrated in the European Union. Even France did in the Napoleonic era, colonizing large parts of Germany, invading Russia, what is today's Germany, Prussia, and Austria-Hungary. It was horrific, but after the war, it worked. And today they have a great economic union, the European Union. Even the European Union key partners could be incorporated to design that Middle East Union, MIU, we can say. Okay. I would suggest, maybe radical, the world of cryptocurrency is here with us. Bitcoin is a household name today. However, Bitcoin has a finite number of coins and you cannot have more Bitcoins now. This is the reason why the price keeps on going higher, because of finite quantities, and it is now more of a store of wealth and a measure of wealth. It's the digital gold. Also, we have Ethereum, which is a smart cryptocurrency similar to Pi. Its main thing is in smart contracts and enabling decentralized finance. Its main thing is in having smart contracts. Pi is another currency, a utility coin like Ethereum, but its utility isn't daily transactional utility of goods and services, sale of goods and services. Also part of this DeFi is called decentralized finance. So, in my opinion, the Pi cryptocurrency can be the currency to be used to trade oil because it is country neutral. The core team behind it is good, and the regulations in the country where it is being based, the United States, there's good regulations. Hence, it should be the cryptocurrency to use to trade oil, other commodities. Ethereum-based smart contracts could be underpinning it for transfer of who owns what. It is the age of cryptocurrencies has come, and the use can be done. uh, the era of sanctions to strangle an economy. I believe it's a relic of the 19th century and the 20th century. Let it run its course and let it end. You cannot choke out Russia, Iran, North Korea through economic sanctions. They will create parallel systems as they've created through other countries willing to trade with them using a system outside the dollar. And that is what has happened, that the dollar has been weakened significantly as a reserve currency. And then there is a parallel yuan system, trading oil and other things in the yuan for countries which are under sanctions like Iran, Russia, North Korea. Countries will go, so let us be in a situation of mutual self-respect and not impose our ideology on them. It is a free market. After all, the United States is a champion of the free market economy, a capitalist economy. Then why put embargo to control market for oil, market for other commodities, in sanctions and blockades disrupt trade? Why are they anti-trade? It isn't that we call it hypocrisy. It is something we have to understand and leave it aside in the 21st century. And America can, does, and will have significant power. It has to shake hands even with are a democratic theocracy. Iran is a democratic theocracy. The, the theology, the clergy are the custodians of the values of the Iranian people. And while the system is democratic, there is a democratically elected president, there is a democratically elected parliament, the Majlis, and it has proved itself. It has great engineers, so these are not just turban wearing herders and whom we are dealing with. These are highly sophisticated people. They have a 2,500 plus years civilization, and it is not going to go away today. So